Hello and welcome! I'm Shelby and I love Shakespeare, and today I'm going to share with you something that is a throwback and also a little vulnerable for me. This is a series of 3 monologues, all in one take, of the character Rosalind from As You Like It. This was recorded in 2016, right after I played her at the Interlochen Shakespeare Festival. This role changed my life in a million different ways, and to this day remains something so special. But I just found the footage of me doing these monologues in a friend's warehouse because he had a cool camera. I was like, will you film this while it's still fresh in my head? And so that's why it kind of looks a little brambled and stuff. But I rewatched it and I was like, this is a valuable example of these speeches. I'll also be releasing these in 3 separate videos so they're a little more searchable, especially for young artists looking for audition monologues. But yeah, for those of you who are just meeting me on this channel, it'll be really interesting for you to see what it was like, what, 7 years ago? Math? Is that math? 7. So enjoy, tell me what you think in the comments below, and I'll put a link to everything that I have from As You Like It so far in the description below. Enjoy! Hi, I'm Shelby Lewis. This is Rosalind from As You Like It.
Oh, I have been told so many, but indeed an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, who was in his youth an inland man, one who knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. I have heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I am not a woman, to be touched with so many giddy offenses as he hath generally taxed their whole sex withal. There were none principal. They were all like one another as halfpence are, every one fault seeming monstrous, till his fellow fault came to match it. No, I will not cast away my physic, but on those that are sick. There is a man haunts the forest that abuses our young plants with carving Rosalind on their barks, hangs odes upon hawthorns and elegies on brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him. There's none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to know a man in love, in which cage of rushes I am sure you are not prisoner. A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye and sunken, which you have not. An unquestionable spirit, which you have not. A beard neglected, which you have not. Then your hose should be ungartered, your bonnet unbanded, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoes untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man. You are rather point device in your accoutrement, as loving yourself than seeming the lover of any other. Never make me believe it. You may as well make her that you love believe it, which I warrant she is apter to do than to confess she does. But in good sooth, are you he that hangs the verses on the trees wherein Rosalind is so admired? But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak? Love is merely a madness, and I tell you deserves well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. The reason why they are not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary, the whippers are in love too. Yet I profess curing it by counsel. Me, uncle? I do beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If with myself I hold intelligence, or have acquaintance with mine own desires, if that I do not dream, or be not frantic as I do trust I am not, then, dear uncle, never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness. Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends. I am my father's daughter. There's enough. So was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord, or if we do derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. Then, good my liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
Oh, quick, let me give you just a little bit of context. So in the first chunk where I have a hat on, I'm playing the character of Rosalind, of course, through the whole thing. But in this moment, she's actually dressed as a man named Ganymede, who is teaching and talking to this guy Orlando about like how to woo women. Orlando's going, oh my God, I'm just so in love with this Rosalind girl, not knowing that Ganymede is Rosalind. So I'm putting all of these poems on the trees and I promise I'm in love. And Ganymede's like, no, I don't think so. I know how to tell if someone's in love. So then once she gets him to say, no, I really love Rosalind, then she has her kind of internal girly moment, but has to like still be the dude, you know? And by the end of the play, she does reveal herself, which is a very vulnerable moment for her too. We're having a vulnerable day, Roz. Where she basically says, I've been the person the whole time, do you still love me? And then at the very end, when I take off the hat, I actually do a monologue that I've never seen anyone do in an audition ever. And I think it's quite juicy and very short. Most of the play is in the forest of Arden, and Rosalind has dressed up like a boy and gone there with her BFF, Celia, to try and find her father and then also encounter her new love, Orlando. But before that, she's a pretty basic princess in a court. And when the play starts, Rosalind's dad, Duke Le Seigneur, or Duke Le Seigneur, sometimes we say, was usurped by her uncle, the other Duke, who I don't remember off the top of my head. Duke Frederick, yes. So the two dukes, and one has been banished, Rosalind's father, and she's only kind of still at the court because the new duke is allowing her to be because his daughter, Celia, her best friend, is like begging for Roz to stay. So there's finally a confrontation between Rosalind and her uncle because he's banishing her too. And she finally says, what's the deal? And then she gets it during the piece. So it's a very strong moment, and after which she collapses in a puddle because it's like someone saying, I'm kicking you out. And she's only ever known this kind of very gorgeous court. And then Celia, her BFF, says, let's run away to the forest, find your dad, and we'll figure everything out. Enjoy the monologues. Woo! That was so long ago. Oh, such a good part. Enjoy.